All right, guys, I hope you're all right. Before we get into the episode, if you have been listening to our podcast, if you have been watching and listening to our podcast,
Something girl, you all right?
I just want to remind you guys.
Step back, sis. Step back.
It would be great if you could like, subscribe,
You ain't getting
follow
all
us
of this
on
wood, cuz. You ain't got...
All right, before he interrupts me,
sis.
before he interrupts me too much, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on YouTube, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. We love making this content, and we've got
Something girl, you all right?
we've got many people that enjoy this annoying prick to my left, and yeah, it would just be great if you could.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I might have Tourette's.
just follow us on all the platforms, please. We love your support. We're very thankful, and long may it continue.
Is that it? You got anything else to say?
No, because you're just going to interrupt me. So we didn't do it. We didn't win the league.
I was like, what? It's
It's,
like, pause.
it's oh, I didn't even think of that. But it's sad times. Sad times. But before we get into the podcast, as I always do, I'll ask you about your 2 weeks. And I already know what's happened in some of these 2 weeks. So I'm going to ask you questions about your 2 weeks, Chika. Just so we can lighten the mood before we reflect on the season that Arsenal didn't win. First of all, we had your birthday party.
Oh,
We're
shit.
still in high spirits. We thought Arsenal might have won, still had the chance of winning the league then. I remember talking to many of your friends and family about Arsenal.
Really?
Yeah, your cousin, ex-Charlton centre back, Sam, I think it is. Sam, is it?
Well, he thought we were going to win.
Is it Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I started talking to him after I'd done the tequila shot with you, so I don't really remember the memories. The memory is a bit all over the shop, but yeah, it was happier times. You had a great birthday, and I think I've said on this podcast before. You share a lot of the content, obviously, on your personal profile, and people that might not know me associate whenever you've got a microphone in front of your face, me with it. So I've been to your events before. I've been called Podcast Guy. And I had that moment that celebrities always talk about in the urinal at your birthday party. I had my cock out, pissing.
For someone that bleeps a lot of that shot, the shit out there. Man.
Sorry, I just got to get straight to the point. I'm sorry if there's any mums or dads listening.
Definitely are.
Yeah.
Shout out MG.
Okay, I'll probably bleep that. I'll bleep.
Look, if it was me, I wouldn't bleep it because, but he's a bleeper. He bleeped something crazy the other day that wasn't even like...
Did I?
What did I say? I said something like... It was the end of that TikTok.
Oh, yeah, the packet.
Yeah, why are you bleeping
Because
that?
then the emphasis is funnier when it's bleeped. It makes it sound
No
a
one
lot
knows
more
what...
dramatic.
Nobody knows what you meant, what I was saying.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone would really know what you're on about. That's a very London term, I think.
Isn't it mainly Londoners that listen?
No, we've got a wide demographic, actually.
Yeah.
I'll show you the stats, actually.
But now they have no idea. Do you know what I mean? It's not London, it's the UK.
Yeah, it's a UK thing. But no, we actually have a fairly big chunk of audiences in Africa.
100%.
Niger and Ghana.
But like when you bleep it out, it's like, what did he say? And then if you leave it in there, they're like, oh, they can do their research.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Note for next time.
Yeah, you did pack it. I was like, well, it's not even like... I use slang for a reason.
Yeah. All right, note for next... That's cheeky farts. Anyway, I'm going to get on with my story.
Shit, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do that.
Yeah. Well, you done it and I'm leaving it. Oh, is it a bad one? Oh, we're in the new studio and it's confined. Oh, sometimes your rotters are so bad.
I've had a long day at work. Let's just...
Okay, let me restart this story. So, as I say, I get called podcast guy a lot at your events. I've been to a bus stand, I've been to your birthday before, and I get podcast guy. And I always feel like a Z-list celebrity. I think I've said this before. But I went to do a piss in the urinal. And yeah, I already Like, or you know, the typical man thing. You always feel a bit nervy in the urinal. Is that just me? Like you make the space and you just okay, cool. Basically, I'm saying I have a small todge.
You can reap out Todge.
So I went to do a piss, right? I'm on one side, there's another person on the other side. And as I'm about to do my piss, I hear the words, "Hey, podcast guy." It was not the time for podcast guy to be said to me. I hear celebrities, this happens to the celebrities. I never thought it would happen to me. I'm not saying I'm a celebrity. I'm just saying at your events I get noticed. But when I'm at your event, that was the worst one. I couldn't piss. I had to. Have you ever had that one where you're like at the urinal and
Wait, was he in the urinal?
Yeah, he was next to me.
You can chat still.
No, I think I knew. I think it was the guy in the cloakroom from who said it before.
Oh, okay.
So I think I already half knew. I talked to him as well. It was a nice guy.
Okay, calm.
But it really caught me off guard, and I couldn't piss. I'll be completely honest. I froze. Sometimes I go to the urinal thinking I need a piss and I don't need a piss, and then that really put me off my piss. But to make matters worse, we have a friend called Milo. And I'm already nervous. Like, I'm already like, do I go to the main cubicle now? Because I can't piss. Like, I've got pee fear. I get pee fear when, like, sometimes.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know. Because this has actually happened to me before. I'll expand on this another time. Not in a celebrity way, but this is the second time it's happened to me in a different way. And I'm like, oh, do I go to, like, I don't know what to do. Because, like, do I pretend I did a piss? Or do I just walk in? So after that, I just went to wash my hands. But before that, Milo came and touched me on the shoulder saying, yo, let me get an autograph. Still got my todge in my hands. So I've got two blokes looking at me piss right now. And I'm like a fucking frozen statue. It was the most horrible feeling of my life. And I'm not even fucking... I'm the furthest thing from famous. I'm a wannabe famous person. I have a podcast. Like everyone else in this world right now. And...
See the strain in his voice.
Oh, it just made things so awkward because then I went to pretend... I did wash my hands. I dried it and then I just went straight to the cubicle. And I peed in there. But this has happened to me before. I went to one of my locals in Kentish Town. I went for a pee there, and this guy, I just came in late, and like I was coming back for a late night drink, and that pub on the weekend the pub I was in can get quite rowdy on like a Friday or Saturday. And this was the weirdest one. All the urinals were taken up. And I go and piss, and the guy next to me just out of nowhere just goes, nice cock. Bruv. I never met this guy in my life. Never met this guy in my life. And he just goes, yeah, nice cock. But then there's like a 5-second pause. There's a 5-second bumper clock.
Well, you didn't say anything.
Then there's a 5-second pause. And he just goes, like subtly, like whispering, bigger than mine. Can you imagine how awkward I felt? And then he made it worse. You think this story can't get worse? Oh, it gets worse. Because then he's obviously, I don't know if for some reason he's there for a while. He's obviously got the pee fear, like the pee freeze. And I've got the pee freeze now because he's directly staring at my cock next to me. Random bloke, never met him. And then like 20 seconds go by. And you could just leave it at that because then that's just like a funny story. Like he was just like bantering. It's just a bit weird. No, he made it weirder because like 20 seconds later, under his breath, he goes, sorry. What do you want me to do with that either? I haven't said a word. I'm just trying to piss.
You didn't even say a word?
No, I was just like, what the fuck? So I just stayed. So somehow I pissed still. I pissed in that situation, but...
Why would you not say a word?
Wait, it's the weird. Can you say that you've been in that situation where another bloke just randomly compliments your Todge? No.
I don't want to answer that question because that's a pause.
Yeah.
But you can't remain silent.
What? I'm just gonna go. Yes, all right, mate. Shake his hand.
I definitely wouldn't shake your hand, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
It was horrible. And
Just say cheers and leave, like.
no,
or-
but
or
then
like,
am I flirting with him?
No, you just say cheers and like it's weird and move on. Or you like, what the fuck are you looking at? Or you just leave. I don't know.
Well, I did. Rest assured, I left the pub 10 minutes later. Anyway, and rest assured, you will be finding me in cubicles from now on.
Rest assured, we all found out that Jack has a problem. It's called P3s, PFE, whatever. Like,
I do get it. I think there will be other blokes out there that resonate with me.
I think this might be up there in the top 3 Jack intros. People always talk to me about Jack's intros and how how crazy. Jack. I honestly feel like Jack has outdone it this time. We went from doing a nice little intro of a birthday, and now we're talking about Jack's cock. like this is top 2 Jack's intros. Like right now, this is top 2. Like I'm gonna get hella messages like, what the fuck is Jack talking about? Hey, oh my god, this is gonna be a classic. It's a classic, bro.
How's your microphone?
No, because I moved it away because I couldn't stand. This. Oh my god!
Wait, did people actually message you about my
Of course, yes.
I think that can I say your girlfriend's name?
Yeah.
Dej came up to me and said, "Yeah, I just watched the intros."
Yeah,
and then when you
yeah.
start talking about the football, stop.
Of course, like she don't know football, so like I don't really expect her to watch it, but she knows that we chat shit. And like, I'll let her know there's been a funny bit where she can like, you know what I mean, go and watch. But
So that's top 2 Jack intros.
shit, this is coming off. I didn't realize.
Oh, all right, wait.
Pause. Where were we? Yes.
Sorry.
People do message me.
Sorry. Like it, I want to know.
Some people don't like it, some people do like it. No, it's not even that. No one dislikes it. It's like something like, what is Jack talking about? Like, why is he talking about this on the pod? Some people are like, oh my days, this guy. It's so random. Some people are like, oh, like, how is your intros always 10 minutes? I'm like, to be fair, Jack just talks and I just listen. And then we're like, well, should we get into football? We get into the football.
Yeah. I just like story time.
No, but it's just your stories are mad, bro. Your stories are mad.
They're fucking great.
No, but when you go on a tangent about how a guy is staring at your cock, how your dentist farts in your face, how like just shit like that. It's like how. But fucking big up the Filipinos, like this guy will ramble on about the most random shit. But you should see it when we're not even here, when the cameras aren't here.
These are true stories. I had to create a note section for all my random stories. I've got more. I was gonna start talking about when you ate chocolate tits on the coach in Belgium.
This guy, bro. This guy.
I'll save that for the next podcast.
Yeah, save it for the next podcast.
Because that was gonna thing. Oh, fuck it off. That incorporates like us going away to Holland together on a football tour, and there's some funny stories from that. And some funny photos from that I wanted to talk about, because I was going to mention it on this podcast because you've been away with your football team on tour in Spain.
Yeah.
Elite committee. You're back nearly playing football.
Yeah.
You're excited to return.
Yeah, excited. It's been a slow return. What's it called? The pressure's rising. You know, I can't find the word. The suspense around surrounding my delayed arrival. But yeah, no, Hammersmith, went to Fuerteventura, Canary Islands, had a great time with all 4 teams. Lots of football, lots of drinking, lots of fun, man. Get out there if you haven't.
Fair.
Yeah.
Your intros are a lot nicer than mine. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a great time.
Succinct.
Yeah.
You can learn a couple of things.
I feel like you downplay your stuff. I reckon you've got mad stories. You just don't say them like me, unfortunately. I think I'm just getting to an age where I just don't have any shame.
What mad stories do I have?
I've seen you in a nappy in first year of uni, running around for your first year football team.
Yeah, but
I've literally seen a video of you in a nappy in the middle of Manchester.
Is it relevant?
No, but it's a cracking story.
How is it that cracking?
You in the nappy. How is that not? You were in an adult nappy. And for American listeners, diaper. We do have some American listeners as well.
They can Google, man.
But you've had blue hair.
That's not a crazy story.
You nearly were in a boxing match at university.
Yeah.
I've got loads.
One of my biggest regrets, not being in that boxing match. That would have been
Misfits.
Insane. Would have been insane. Misfits. Oh, in the future.
Yeah. Would you actually do it?
Yeah, probably would.
Would you?
Yeah, probably.
But you're not a violent person.
Yeah, but I'm sporty. Boxing isn't just violence. That's more UFC.
Yeah, but
actually, even UFC is more skilled.
I've never seen. I'm not trying to be mean, but
no, I'm not a killer.
You haven't got that nasty side to you.
Yeah, we don't need to be a nasty person. Usyk's not a nasty person.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Just need to be skilled and don't get hurt.
You're hearing this? Misfits. Uncle Cheeks is interested. What would be your weight class?
I'll probably have to trim down. I'll probably get to like 75, 70.
What weight class is that?
I don't know.
Is that cruiser? Feather?
It's not feather, bro. Feather's like 50 something. I think it's middle cruiser.
75 kg boxing weight class. Because they do everything in pounds, and I get confused. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's bang on. Could you get down to 72? That's middleweight.
Yeah, I'm not fighting any light heavyweights.
No, you'd fight super middleweights.
No, I'm not doing that.
Okay, cool. If you get down to 72.5, would you be big for a middleweight? Wait, what's cruiserweight?
Super welterweight at 70 kg, 72.5 middleweight. Super middleweight is...
You could get down to super welterweight. Or welter. Could you get down to 67 kg?
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, because what are you,
I'll
6?
be so slim.
What are you, 6?
I'm like 75, 76 right now.
No, but what's your height? 6 foot, 6'1"?
5'11" and a half.
You're not 5'11" and a half. I'm 5'11". Don't do this to me.
I'm 182 centimeters.
I'm 180.
Yeah. Google what 180 is.
Yeah, it's 5'11" and a bit.
It's not.
180 centimeters. All right, we're going to save this for... We'll talk about this after. In typical Jack fashion, after a mad intro, after mentioning your tour briefly, I'm 5... Is it... Yeah, round it up. I'm 5'10" point... No, that... Google's always wrong.
Okay.
There's other... If you do it on other measurement converters, I guarantee you...
You're 10.9, which is, I guess, 5'11".
10.9 is 5'11".
Yeah.
I'm just 5'11".
Yeah, of course.
And if I wear shoes, I'm 6. There we go. Anyway, in typical Jack fashion, after a crazy intro, after briefly asking you about your Spanish tour, have you got any highlight you'd like to mention about your Spanish tour away with Hammersmith?
There was a crazy boat party. You know, I started it off napping because I was hungover. I took a lot of naps. Won some beach volleyball. What else did I do? There was some karaoke. Went to a bar, did some karaoke. Yeah, but nothing too crazy that personally I did. But yeah. It was lit though. I'm making it sound boring, but it was lit. It was good.
Yeah.
Good vibes.
All right. So what we learnt from this intro, people like staring at me in urinals. You had a good birthday party. You had a good tour away. And if Misfits Boxing comes calling, we've got a small following right now. Chika is down. So, would you actually be that? But it would
Should I
make...
fight Matty P?
No, you guys are online friends pretty much. So it would make no sense.
I'll fight you.
Fucking hell. Jesus. That was more intense than the urinal incident.
Imagine like we break up, we have a tiff over the podcast, and then we fight main headliner.
Good drama.
Good drama. We'll just put the cameras, then we get back together.
Yeah, and then create an energy drink.
Yeah. It's like it's been done before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, we've got plenty to plan. But in the meantime, should we talk about the end of the Premier League season? We've been recording this intro for ages.
There's going to be like a different podcast.
I was thinking of doing one where we don't talk about footy. Like special.
How long has it been? 30 minutes?
No, but I was starting recording this.
Okay.
Anyway, Arsenal didn't win the league. Last day of the season. You were out enjoying your life in Spain. I was in my mate's back garden. We had like a cover over, barbecue, drinks. It was really enjoyable. There was about 15 of us round. You know who it is, Felix is. And we were watching the game, all the Arsenal fans, and we all thought, you never know. I think I got everyone hyped up, with my football feels. And literally a minute in, Foden bangs it in. One of the girls that were at the barbecue went, City scored. I was like, surely not. I saw it come up and I went, well, it's over already. And
it was over the minute Spurs had nothing. Like, that's when I booked my flight. I was like,
seriously?
Yeah, I booked it that night.
Seriously?
My Thursday, Tottenham, the game probably finished like 10:30, whatever. Then I was like, kind of like, I called to see if there's still space on the tour. But also, like, that was Tuesday night. The tours started Thursday early. Like, the flight was like 6 a.m. on Thursday. So by midnight, I had the flight booked. I just booked my flight. I was like, I spent an hour seeing if it was possible. It was possible. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. Bought a flight to Spain. And it was the best decision I ever made.
Yeah, you were bang on.
You want me to go there and be like, oh my God, we won. 1 minute.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Why am I chasing dreams?
Do you know what it is when Foden, it looks like Foden's going to win Player of the Year and stuff like that.
He won it.
Oh, he did win it.
Yeah, he won it.
So I never know because so much stuff is photoshopped on Instagram. There's so much news.
He won both.
Young players as well.
No, won writers and PFA.
Who won Young Player of the Year?
Palmer.
Fair enough. Yeah. I don't know. I usually see the photos of them holding that big, massive trophy. I didn't see that anywhere. I just thought it was rumoured that, okay, cool, he's won. But when you've got like Haaland, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, God knows how many people in that team, you kind of forget how good Foden is, don't you? Well, I do anyway. I will completely admit it. I am a Foden overlooker. And I'm not anymore because now he's become the main man this season. De Bruyne's been injured for most of it. Haaland, although he's won the Golden Boot, I know it's a mad statement to make. I still don't think he's had a shit season like some people think. He's had bad games, don't get me wrong. He's just not hit the incredible standards he set for himself. But in terms of talent and overall contribution to a team, in the way the team tick, consistency, and the guy's basically stealing the headlines, it's been Foden. And I don't think you can deny him now, especially with win Player of the Year as well. I just think it's that kind of thing where, he was just overshadowed by De Bruyne and Haaland. But that shows how good this City team is and how well you predicted that was going to go because I envy you now. I kind of wish I booked a flight away, but I was dreaming of Holloway Road with the red flares. I I made that whole kind of emotional video on TikTok.
That's when I knew. That's actually when I should have known. Once he predicts something, it don't happen. It don't happen. That's why I whitewashed him in the Premier League predictions.
Yeah, it's true.
Whitewashed everyone.
Oh, I haven't actually tallied everything up in the end.
Yeah, we can decide for next.
Yeah.
But
I think you have one.
Of course I have.
All right. But yeah.
But yeah, you finished glazing Foden.
Oh, sorry, I was glazing Foden. But what I was going to say is that emotional video, it bangs. So did well on TikTok. Did over 20,000 views. So as much as I wrongly predicted it, it banged. So thank you, guys.
This guy, man.
When I say banged, I mean in relative terms for us.
He's a whore.
I'm horrified for the views. That's going to get clicked.
Oh,
there is so much shit of us that could be clipped up. Like me saying dentist farting in my face. Anyway, sorry, I'm going on one of my tangents. So when it did happen on the day and you saw City score, you're like, yeah, I knew.
Yeah. You know, I was in the airport even for the game. I didn't watch the game.
Do you not?
I was coming back, like from Spain. Like I was just in the airport, going through the airport. I was like, I'm not watching this shit. Like, I didn't have any plans to watch it. I obviously tracked it. You know, saw the 1-0. Saw us go 1-0 down. I was like, oh, typical. Then I saw 1-1. Then their game was 2-1. Like, let's just put my phone away. Start eating some pizza.
As you do.
There's no point getting teased. They were trying to tease us. I was like, of course they're going to tease us. Oh, 2-1. Kudos. Like, no, you know, fair play to City. They're a deadly team. You have to be perfect. And we weren't perfect. We were probably the best performing team, but that doesn't matter. You got to get the points. You got to not lose those games. You can't slip up against a West Ham at home. You can't slip up against Fulham at home. Aston Villa at home. You can't be dropping 5 points to Fulham in the season. Like, you just can't be doing that shit. And that's basically has what cost us. You can talk about maybe Newcastle game, not getting that decision. At the end of the day, that's a point. Wouldn't have been enough. They probably edged us in that game. Maybe the Aston Villa game when I think it was Nketiah or Havertz that scored. I thought it was a clean goal, but we didn't get it, and then they went up the field and scored. There's many things you can talk about, but you know, it hasn't happened for us. Just got to move on and make extra signings, add more world-class additions, and compete with them.
Fair. Well bloody said. And that leads to my next question. Firstly, do you think City will build on this? Because we could talk about the breaches. I think we've talked about it before. And sorry, just to add on what you said in your Premier League predictions, if you haven't seen it on our Instagram or TikTok, you literally said City will tease us, but they'll come through. Yeah. And I think you predicted like 2 or 3-1 as well.
2-1, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. We could talk about the charges. We could talk about everything associated with City and the cloud that's over that. But do you think they go from strength to strength this next season? I thought they'd struggle this season, in all honesty. I didn't think they would be as good as they are this season after you win a treble. I think because they're going to beat United in the finals. To do a treble, then the double's incredible.
They struggled a little bit, you know. They always do that first half of the season, and it's just the last 10 games. Like I always said throughout the whole season.
There's a clip of you saying this as well.
Don't let them get within arm's distance in the last 10 games, because they've literally won. Ever since we drew, they won every game.
That's nuts.
They won every game. So like we had to kind of have won that game. But, you know, we took 4 points off City this season. No one can say that. Absolutely no one can say that.
As an early prediction for next year, first of all, where do you think City could strengthen? Which is a mad statement to make. Or a mad
They're getting rid of Edison, so they're going to have to...
Edison?
He might leave, yeah.
Why?
Fabrizio said.
Okay. To be honest, Ortega's good enough with his performances recently. Part of the reason why they won the league with that Son save.
Fuck them all.
But what could you see City improving on even more next season? Because they're already incredible. Let's not get that twisted. But is there any apart from Edison leaving? potentially, allegedly. Is there any position you think City could improve on, or are they just keep it the same, keep it stum?
I think Bernardo Silva might finally leave, so they can get a right winger, an out right winger. They don't really have one anymore since Mara just left.
Elise?
Yeah,
That'd be a nice. Imagine Elise to City.
There's Elise, there's Paqueta that they wanted. There's
yeah.
He's not out winger.
But Paqueta, he plays central.
They can get maybe another centre midfielder. Imagine they get like I want Bruno Guimaraes at Arsenal because I feel like a midfield of Odegaard, Rice, and Bruno Guimaraes is like basically better than City's. More balanced, more aggressive, and the quality is matching theirs. You know, more legs as well in there.
Wait, you're talking for Arsenal? No?
Yeah, I'm talking for Arsenal.
No,
but
that was my next question.
No, but if they get Bruno Guimaraes, then that's an improvement
for City.
Yeah, of course. If they buy a centre mid, that's world class. Then yes.
So your improvements would be right winger and centre mid.
I don't want them to be listening, so I'm not trying to.
Chika, believe me, I don't think they are.
They could be.
So what you're saying? Guimaraes, Elise, Paqueta, good additions according to City.
You said that, not me.
No, according to Chika. Say anyway. On to my next question. Now it's clear, Arsenal did very well. Got the most amount of wins ever in the Premier League season, which shows how good City are. It's a really weird feeling because now I know what. I even saw a meme of like that hanging scene meme where they're like, first time, huh? And it's Klopp talking to Arteta. I thought, encapsulates it.
Second time.
But we weren't this close, like breaking records and stuff last season. We bottled it last season. We didn't bottle it this season. See, we're just incredible.
Liverpool did.
Not one. I think they got something like 90 something ridiculous points and didn't win it one season.
97.
No, was it 97?
95 or 97, yeah, one of them.
Yeah. So it's a really weird feeling to be an Arsenal fan, and I want to feel great, and I do feel grateful. I think the team's been incredible. First of all, hate the new kit. Why the feck is that Adidas badge so big for one? And the back of it's like some weird circle. Like, it's just shaped so weirdly. And there's too much blue on it. Anyway, tangent over. Where would you... Can you tell I've got ADHD?
This guy loves to complain, man.
It makes me feel good. And you're a calm, relaxed individual, so it's like you just sadly listen to it. I think I'm going to make you really upset one day. But where in Arsenal's team would you like to see an improvement? For me personally, I would like to see a centre midfielder next to Rice. So as you say, similar to Guimaraes. I've heard rumours about Frenkie de Jong. I would like a backup right winger for Saka because I'm sorry, Vieira just isn't there. I will start. I've said this for ages. You said he'd come good. I don't think he'll come good. He's too lightweight.
He's not a Saka backup. He's an Odegaard backup.
Yeah, but he's a better. Fabio Vieira is Fabio Vieira is a better version of Brian Hill. That's what Vieira is.
No.
Yes.
Completely different players.
I would get a new central midfielder, new left back. I know Timber's back, but like out and out left back, and a number 9 because Jesus' knees just in bits. You can see that completely. But there's my 3 positions I'd like to improve on: left back, centre mid, striker. Yourself.
World class CDM, CM, kind of in that hybrid role, and I think that is Bruno Guimaraes.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's not a better player in world football that we can get right now for our squad. Robust in the tackle, good positioning, good striker of the ball, creates a lot of chances.
Nasty fucker.
The only thing is he does get a lot of bookings, but you need that. You need that aggression. But I think he'll just make our midfield bulletproof. He stays fit. He puts his body on the line. And then get left back, there's Hato at Ajax. There's What's my man called? Ferdi at Fenerbahce. We've been linked to him as well. I'll be happy with either of them. I've seen more of Hato, and he's more of a prospect that will probably develop. And yeah, look, if we can get and then a right winger.
I'd love Elisa.
Yeah, right winger, take the load off Saka a bit, and then a striker. That's my order of how I make those signings. I think a striker is the least that's needed.
Well, yeah, I made a video in November saying we need a number 9, but then I look back on it and there are times definitely where we could do with a number 9 in the box, like Fox in the box. But technically, when I heard someone say that recently, I think it was Ben Foster, I was like, we got that in Nketiah. But on Ben Foster's podcast, he did say Solanke would be a great fit for Arsenal. I'm not sure how I feel about that too much. I feel like Solanke needs to do it for another season for me to be convinced personally. But I remember you saying that you'd like Yorkes in that number 9 if we.
There's a lot of people I take, but there's not a clear front one, which is kind of like a big question for me. There's not someone that is completely perfect. Everyone's got a bit of a question mark. I think right now, based on experience, I think Isak's probably the best option. But obviously, we're not going to get Isak and Guimaraes.
Yeah.
And for me, Guimaraes should be number 1 priority this summer. I'd rather get a world-class winger than a world-class striker.
Yeah.
We score goals. How many goals we scored this year? 90?
We scored the most in the league.
No, we haven't. Yeah.
Did they overtake us?
Because they beat Fulham 4-0, then they scored 2 against Spurs, then they scored 2.
Well, we were top scorers for ages.
Yeah,
I didn't actually know that they overtook us.
Yeah, I thought that, and then my dad said, yeah, and I looked, and I was like, yeah, fair enough. We still scored 90 goals, bro. We scored around 90 goals.
In 38 games, right?
Yeah, we scored 2.8 goals a game. So, like, goals is not an issue. Obviously, you can talk about the fact that we lost 1-0 to Aston Villa, 2-0 to Aston Villa, 1-0 to Newcastle and shit like that. But, you know, when we score, like...
Well, the thing is, the way we play is... Essentially, our wingers are our strikers. Because Havertz drops so deep, the 2 wingers essentially become the front 2 and create that space. And it's more effective because we're so fluid. Saka can come in and become more central, or Ødegaard can thread that ball, which is why Ødegaard's so productive, because he has so many angles to play the passes when Havertz drops so deep. So having like Trossard essentially is a number 9. Saka's essentially a number 9 in some of the weighted positions. They're a 97. They're a 90. You know what I'm trying to say. They're wingers and strikers. So, no, I completely agree with you. I've completely changed my thoughts on that. But if there was one player out of anyone that you're just like, I want him.
Bruno. Guimaraes. Oh, man. I think he's the best centre mid in the league that doesn't play for Arsenal City.
Well said.
I think he's better than some of the Real Madrid boys. Who else in world football is good in the centre mid position right now? I can't think of many.
It's so hard. That Bayern player was very, very good.
Which one?
Lima. He hasn't got tech, but pardon me. He hasn't got tech. God, it sounds like a different person.
Yeah, I was gonna say
he hasn't got tech. God, that's so weird.
Hey.
He hasn't got tech, but he's brilliant in the middle.
Nah, man.
He's good,
that guy ain't good, bro. He just had a great game against us. He's all right, steady. Steady.
Who else?
But like, he's never gonna be world class, and he isn't world class.
God, it is hard to think of great midfielders, isn't it? Off the top of your dome.
No, there's not many.
I got one person I want to shout out is Gallagher's been pretty freaking good this season in a bad Chelsea. I'm not saying he's the same level, but I'm just saying if he's young, he's fairly young still for a centre midfielder. I think he could develop into something great, but no, he's not touching Madrid level.
He's not touching great.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking of, like we're on the spot right now.
No. Gallagher, after watching him play a few more times this season, he had a good start. The first half of the season he's probably the best player, but that's when they were dog.
Yeah.
That's when they were...
Pedri?
Yeah, but he's been out for like a year and he just come back like 4 months ago. So
who's the other Barcelona youngster?
Gavi, ACL. He's out right now.
Yeah. Xavi Simons, but he's like more kind of attacking.
Which one?
Xavi Simons.
Why can't I? Oh,
mixed race, Danny, Dutch.
He's a winger.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's.
Yeah. But he's
Frankie. He's been a bit, as I say, Arsenal.
He has glass ankles.
Yeah. All right, we could be here for days. Maybe we'll do.
But Guimaraes, Premier League proven, strong, and he has everything those guys do, but more. So, man, I think he's the best player in the league, centre mid, apart from Declan Rice and Rodri.
Talking about best players, I thought something that would be fun to do, like everyone else. I think we should come to an understanding and build the 2 left feet team of the season. Sound fun?
I don't want to mix my team with your team.
Well, you'll have to convince me otherwise.
So you create your team, I create my team.
No, we'll say one and then we'll debate. So I'll start with one, you start with one, and then we'll debate who goes in. Yeah? This guy just doesn't like compromise.
Fine.
Okay, we've had about a 10-minute break there because we have to turn off the camera after every shot anyway because the battery overheats on our camera. But we have come and pause. I'm going to take a moment to reflect on that and we're going to move on. And what we're going to move on to is we're going to create our joint Premier League team in the season. So I'm just going to get straight into it. Who have you got in goal?
This is one that I'm not too strong about. I don't really care who goes in goal. You know, goals are flying in left, right, and centre for most teams. Obviously, I've watched Arsenal the most. Raya, he should be the most obvious choice, but he really isn't because I don't think he faced the fewest amount of shots, I believe.
Yes,
and I don't think he ever really bailed us out like that. I think it was more the defending that did that, but I'll probably have to go Pickford if I got to choose somebody. Everton's record says it all. He's played every minute. Had a good back line in front of him, but he was instrumental to the clean sheets as well.
I've got a stat about Pickford. Where's my stat about Pickford? I had a stat about Pickford. No, but he has done really well. I think he's part of the reason why they've defended so well. I've actually gone Raya again. Similar reason. I just didn't really know who to pick. And he got the Golden Gloves. And I think part of the reason why I picked him is I don't think it's ever easy coming into a club and getting hated the way he got hated on at Arsenal when Ramsdale.
So you're giving out pity votes? Is that what I'm hearing? You're giving out pity votes because
I think you're right with Pickford.
Shock.
He's done really well in Everton team that's struggling. I actually think it should like goalkeeper awards, as much as you can get like a Golden Glove and stuff, teams that have better defences kind of make keepers look better than they are, unless you've got like keepers like Edison and like, unless we're not talking about the way keepers are with their feet. But in regards to Pickford, yeah, he's made an insane amount of saves, incredible saves. Even against Arsenal, there were some awkward, tricky saves he had to make, and yeah, he delivered on the last day. But there is a stat about Pickford I can't find, but no, he's been great for Everton all season. And I think without Pickford in goal, making big saves, I think they'd be in a lot worse position than they are. So I agree, Pickford. My choice with Raya, very lazy, I'll be honest. All right.
Yeah, mine was lazy, but I was like, yeah, look, Raya, I can't say you've been the best keeper. I've watched you basically play every game, and like, not that you haven't done anything. You're very safe hands, but nothing spectacular.
Do you know what throws a massive spanner in the works with this and makes the keeper choice like confusing? Do you know who's made the most saves in the Premier League this season?
Onana.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the tactical setup is horrendous.
And also, do you know who's prevented the most XG?
Could it be him? Or the West Ham keeper, maybe?
Jose Sarr.
Jose Sarr is a good keeper. He does well on FPL as well.
Yeah, so Jose Sarr was a good shout. But no, I think looking back on the season, if you think of big moments as a keeper, yeah, Pickford. Anyway, we won't stay on this for too long. Right back, who you gone?
I was deciding between my formation, and I feel like you got to play a certain amount of games to really have an effect. I feel like a lot of people are going to hate my team.
I think people are going to hate mine as well.
I'm going to go 3 at the back. There was just way too much attacking talent to play 4 at the back. I can't lie. So I can give my right centre back.
How is the Premier League team of the season though? Is done with 4 at the back, I think.
So not mine.
Okay, cool. But how are we going to come to an agreement if you've gone 3 at the back?
Do you want me to do 4 at the back?
Yeah, it'd just be easier.
Then I have to. But are you going to go 4-4-2 or are you going to go 4-5-1?
I've gone 4-3-3. That's usually how it's done.
Well, it's been done different ways.
Because then we're going to have to debate on like different formation. I say just do 4-3-3. I should have said that to start with. You swapping out?
Why have you got 4 defenders in there? Who have you left out up front?
That's the whole challenge. You've got to come.
You picked the best team. Like you picked the best 11.
Have City or Arsenal played 3 at the back this season? Yes, arguably when the team shifts in formation and fullback goes into midfield, but for the most part they set up with 4 at the back. So I'll do mine whilst you rejig yours. I'll do my back 4. No, I'll do my 2 centre halves because they're a pairing, and I think you know who they're going to be. Gabriel Saliba goes against really me talking about Raya winning Golden Glove because I think they are the reason why he got the Golden Glove. They've been sensational. I think Arsenal have only conceded something like, is it 29 goals? Something ridiculous like that in 38.
I think it's 30 or 29, yeah.
29 goals they've only conceded. They've been an incredible partnership. They've not just defended incredibly, they've worked as a partnership, and I generally think if they keep this up going forward, they will be like a Vidic and Ferdinand. Trying to think off the top of my head, Terry and Carvalho. Even Van Dijk and Matip for was it Matip when Van Dijk had
Gomez.
when Van Dijk had his breakup season?
Joe Gomez.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess they weren't a great duo, and it was mainly Van Dijk then, but
Yeah.
they will go down as a great Premier League partnership at the back, and yeah, they've just been sensational. I think they're the reason. Again, it completely contradicts my point about Raya. But if you were to pick 2 of your centre backs, who would you go?
Can't believe I'm shifting my formation. But yeah, I went with them.
Same.
Yeah, easily. Like, even Gabriel's probably been the better of the 2. People think it's been Saliba, but I guess he does make Gabriel's job a little bit easier. But yeah, Gabriel and Saliba, man, for all the reasons you basically said. Outstanding.
Cool. Have you shifted yours now? Or do you need a second? I can cut.
Do I have to shift it?
Yeah.
I'm not doing 4-3-3, I'm doing 4-4-2.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can move mine to 4-4-2.
Yeah.
No? I can't move mine to 4-4-2.
Why not? Play Palm up front.
Okay, cool. I can shift mine to 4-4-2. We'll do 4-4-2. Since it's the English team league, we'll do that. Who is your right back?
Ben White.
Same as me. Need we say more?
Just consistency. I don't. Who are you can put? People can talk about Pedro Porro, but I think going forward, going back, contributing to big wins. Ben White's been outstanding. I don't think there's only a right back that came close. Trippier was terrible for the second half of the season. Wasn't available as well. I can't think of anyone that kind of comes close to it. But yeah, Ben White, maybe Walker. Walker's had a good season as well, but nah, I'm going with Ben White, man.
Cool. Left back.
Van de Ven.
He's not a left back.
So? He's defender. He played left back against City, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah. They played Dragerson. Last year, they put Saliba right back.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Van der Ven. Yeah, that's a great shout. I've actually gone Spurs player as well.
Oh, don't tell me you're going for that guy.
A doggy. A doggy. I never know how to say it. He's been brilliant. He's been Mr. Consistent in that Spurs side. I think when he's been injured towards the end of this season, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been injured for like past 5 games.
Yeah. And every time I saw him play for Spurs, it was 7 out of 10. I think the only other left back I can think of that has done as well as him is Anthony Robertson, who's got, I think he's got the most interceptions this season.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's Mr. Consistent as well. And yes, you can say Guardiola, but he's kind of only... and by the way, when I say kicked on for City and done amazing. But he definitely had a bit of a kind of ease-in period, whereas I think a doggy hit the ground running from minute 1. And I just think... if I'm thinking of the player that's performed best at left back consistently, I'd say a doggy. Why would you argue Van der Ven instead?
The problem with the doggy is I think he had very good performances, especially when Tottenham were playing well. But I do feel like he was lacking certain things, and I do feel like Van der Ven was Tottenham's best defender this season. I think Romero is probably their best defender. I think Romero is probably better than Van der Ven. He uses the ball better. He's more dynamic, tough in the tackles. But Van der Ven, I think he's been pretty solid throughout the whole season. And he's young, and he's fucking rapid. But Udogie has a lot of stuff to work on in his game. The blind man run, he needs to get better at tracking his runners, checking his shoulders, stuff like that. Kind of the basics for fullbacks. But he's a very good player.
I'd agree. I will agree with you.
Had some poor games as well this season.
I don't know. He's been consistent every time I've seen him play for the most part. Considering he hit the ground running straight away. But Van der Ven also hit the ground running straight away.
Who had a better season?
Van der Ven had the better season, which is why I'm about to agree with you. And
Shock.
yeah, I think I go Van der Ven. Because also I think he's almost been like a revolutionary centre-back. I think we'll look back at Van der Ven and think, oh, he was... You know, like how we think Haaland's like a different breed of number 9. I think like people are like, oh, you've got to have everything. You've got to have pace, strength. You've got to be able to hold the ball up. Everyone was going like, Haaland is the number 9 that has everything, and the number 9 will change now. I'm not going mad. People were saying that.
What, that?
Like Haaland's a new breed of number 9. He's got everything.
I don't think he's new. I think he's different to a lot of the number 9s playing right now. But he's strong and quick and good in behind.
Yeah, but people were saying like, oh, he's got the full package kind of thing. I'm just using an example. Whether it's true or not is a different thing. But I think we'll look at Van der Ven as a revolutionary centre-back. I'm sure there have been defenders in the past that have been pacey, but I can't remember hearing about a centre-back who can run the 100 metres as quick as him. I think we'll look back at Van der Ven and we'll go, oh shit, this is when centre-backs were revolutionised. Because I think in 10, 15 years, we'll look back at Van der Ven and go, he was good. But then we had, I don't know, Jeremy Smith, who plays for Man City now, who's got pace, who doesn't get dropped at Newcastle by Isaac. But I think he's the first step in a new type of defender.
Yeah, he could be. It's very quick, and Spurs play the highest line in the league, so he's been very useful. So they're showcasing his talent more. So yeah, but I think he's been the best defender this season for them.
Fair. All right, centre mids. I think we're going to go for the same thing here. Centre midfielders. I'll say mine. Rice, Rodri. Yeah. Rice has been a revelation. No one's talking about his 100 million price tag. He's the reason Arsenal won so many games. On the other hand, Rodri has got that insane record at Man City now. I think there's only Sol Campbell that has gone that many games undefeated now. And Rodri is very, very close to breaking that record if he hasn't already. No Rodri, no City loss. No Rice. with Rice in the team, no, Arsenal lost for the most part.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part. Without Rice, signing Rice, Arsenal will be screwed. Partey looks like he can't even fucking run anymore. And for other reasons, we don't want them in our club anyway.
What?
Partey.
What reasons?
Anyway, Rice, Rodri in the middle. Need we say more? I think it's very obvious. Rodri's also got the highest average rating out of anyone this season. Yeah, I've got and progressive passes along with a certain Erdy-Gurdy, which is another interesting one to talk about. Now, we were going 4-4-2, so I need to think about how I'm going to rejig my wingers.
If you want, I can...
No.
I could, but that's what it's about, taking out...
No, because I'm going to do two up front. I like the 4-4-2 thing we're doing.
I might go...
I'm going to go right winger first. And this is
Actually,
me.
no, I'm going to go 4-2-3-1. Yeah. Or 4-3-3. I'm going to go...
We said 4-4-2. Let's stick to it. 4-4-2. We're moving players around as well. Okay, right wing, I've gone Foden. Player of the year. Incredible. One of the main reasons, if not the main reason, that City have won the league this season. I know I've just talked about Rodri, but just an incredible player, really kicking on, coming out the shadows at Man City. Scores that won the goal on the last day of the season. He'll remember that as much as most other fans won't. Yeah, need I say more? Your right winger?
Saka.
Whoa.
Yeah, Saka.
Now, this is a hot take.
Yeah.
Can I just say, have you got Foden in your team at all?
Foden's my team, yeah.
Have you put him in the other?
No, he's going to be playing off my striker.
So you've put him as... So you've put Palmer on the other side?
Actually, wait. Fuck. I just realised I didn't have one guy on my team. Shit. Oh, yeah, no. Saka can't be my team.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah, he can't be my team.
All right, rejection. Should we just say both our wingers and then both our front two?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Okay. So my wingers are...
I think we might have the same team, bro.
My wingers are... I've gone Foden on the right, and this one's going to catch you off guard. I've gone Anthony Gordon on the left.
Oh my god, Anthony's my guy. I've been preaching for Anthony since the beginning of the season. Now he's hopped on the bandwagon.
So he's got the most amount of goal creating actions this season. Higher than Cole Palmer, higher than Ollie Watkins, higher than Rodri, higher than Odegaard. He's been Mr. Consistent in that Newcastle team when they've had so many injuries, constantly creating problems, especially as that stats suggest. Every time you see him play, he's been incredible. You're absolutely bang on. I underlooked him so much that now I'm potentially overrating him, but he's been a constant threat, constant danger. Hasn't been injured too much. I might be wrong there, but most times I see Newcastle play, he's playing. He's been great, and that's why I put him in. Foden, need I say more? As I say, coming out the shadows from De Bruyne and Haaland, taking City by the rain. One of the main reasons they've won the league. Just incredible. So who's your two wingers?
Oh, I'm trying to choose between two Arsenal players right now. One had a really good start, one tailed off towards the end, and then it's like, I'll go for Odegaard.
On the wing?
He's not on the wing, but what, do I play him behind the striker?
Yeah, fair. Wait, who are your two wingers though? So you have Foden and...
No, I'll go.
Wait, have you got Foden in your team?
I'll go
because we got a debate.
Yeah, he's in my team.
So you'd have to put him as a winger and swap.
Why?
Because I've put Foden as
just to even out.
Yeah.
I'll go Foden. We might as well just call him 4-3-3 then, or 4-2-3-1, because I know you're not missing out one of the players.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, my wingers on either side then are Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
And Anthony Gordon and Foden in the 10.
Yeah, so I've got Cole Palmer as well. I just don't think you can leave him out. As much as I do think Saka's a better player than him, I think you can't I think Saka in the same sort of way has been guilty of his own success. Saka still had an insane season. 16 goals. I think he's had 4 penalties out of those. And he's still high up in the charts for chances created, key passes, those kind of stats. And he's got, I think 9 assists. But yeah, I don't think you can't leave Palmer out your team of the season. It's impossible. He scored 22 goals. I know he scored 10 penalties, but he's been absolutely impeccable. And watching him play has been mad. Your jaw will be on the floor. So Palmer on the right, Foden on the left, Odegaard in the middle.
So the player that we're debating whether we're putting in or not is Gordon or Odegaard. And I'll be honest, I kind of put Gordon in mainly because I just didn't want to be too biased, because I've had like Raya, White, Gabriel, Rice, and like it's kind of like, as an Arsenal fan, it's trying not to be biased because we haven't won the league at the end of the day. City have, so by merit there should be a lot more City players in it, but it's really hard to argue otherwise. You look at the stats as well. Odegaard's chances created, looking at all the stats from this season, constantly creating pockets, constantly creating danger. Just like Rice, if Odegaard isn't in that team at the end of the day, who we can have? Fabio Vieira.
Fabio ain't that bad, bro. He had a great start to the season, just had a really bad injury.
Yeah, but he's not near. Odegaard has set himself a level now.
Odegaard's world class, and Fabio is not. Yeah. He's not even a really good player. He's just a decent player, It's a big drop down, but yeah.
But with Vieira being as good as he is and him looking bad next to Odegaard shows how good Odegaard's been this season. He's just been nuts. So I agree. Front three, Cole, Palmer, Foden, Odegaard. Don't think you can disagree with that. And then up top,
I know who you've gone. So like
Haaland. I don't think he won the Golden Boot. He's the number 9. Kind of similar reason that I've gone Raya as the Golden Glove. I just think people are overlooking Haaland. I think he's set ridiculous standards. And it's the first season in the Premier League, and it was all new. And now it's not new that he's not scoring this amount of goals. He's been shocking in some games, but that's just the player he is. He's just
shocking. He's been terrible.
Yeah, he's been terrible in certain games. But at the end of the day, I know he's in a great team, and it's easy to score in a great team. But he's still scored. He's the Golden Boot winner. As a number 9, I think you should be in Team of the Year if you're the Golden Boot winner. And who have you gone for?
Well, he was in my team, then he made me change formation. And I think Watkins. I think if you go off performances and contribution to the team.
Do you know what's really stupid? I just realised.
What?
In the previous podcast, I said Watkins is my player of the year.
This guy is not serious. He's not as serious. This guy flip-flops. Oh, Anthony Gordon.
So stupid.
Anthony Gordon overrated. Oh, and now he's ditched his boy. I was certain that this boy picked Watkins, yeah. I was certain.
No, Watkins. Also,
see, look what happened. It's basically my team now.
I am the captain now.
This is my team. Raya or Pickford. So Pickford. Van de Ven or Doggy. Van de Ven. Odegaard or Gordon. Odegaard. Watkins or Haaland. Bro, like, this is my team. It's not been a debate. I agree with you. It's not even been a debate.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying, I was wrong.
Why didn't you think about Watkins?
I don't know. We're recording.
You must have. You were down there for 10 minutes on your phone.
I don't know. So dumb. I literally said he would be the player of the year, my player of the year.
That's also a horrible shout as well.
I made an argument about something I don't even agree with.
But yeah, now Watkins is hard to overlook.
Also, top assists and second highest goal scorer.
How many goals did he get? 20? He got 19 goals. He's not second highest.
Is he not?
Isak got more than him. He got the same as Solanke. Palmer got more goals than him.
Goals?
Yeah. He only got 19.
Oh, 19, yeah. But none from the penalty spot.
Yeah, true.
Sorry, yeah, he's 5th in the chart. He was second for so long. I forgot. But 13 assists on top of that, and as you say, if you take off Haaland's penalties, he's only 1 behind Haaland for the season. If you take off Cole Palmer's penalties, he's 6 goals higher than him. If you take off Isaac's penalties, he's 3 goals higher than him. Foden actually scored the same amount of goals as Watkins, which is nuts when you think about it.
Look, Watson's a good player.
But Watkins, I think it was 13 assists in the end.
He won the...
And 19 goals. That's 32 goal contributions and 30
See with
games,
Watkins, great season. City would have been nowhere. Villa would have been nowhere without him. But you can't tell me this guy's even been the best player in the league this season. You can't tell me that. But he's been better than Haaland. I feel like better performances, more consistent, game-winning contributions. I think it was tough for me. I was too tossing and turning. I was like, Haaland's, still scored the most goals, but nah. I'm gonna have to give it to Watkins, man. Give it to Watkins ahead of the likes of Saka, Haaland, Eze, Anthony Gordon, Isak. So many names that you had to consider, but yeah, give it to Watkins, man.
All right, just to finish this segment, then let's read out the team. Well, your team. We got Pickford in goal. We got Ben White at right back. We got Gabriel and Saliba at centre back. We've got Van der Ven at left back. Yes, we know he's not left back, but they put Saliba at right back last season, as you said.
Well, you can put Gabriel there if you want. Yeah, I like having them together. Saliba and Gabriel. Yeah. If you have the better one in their main position.
Yeah. We've then gone Rice and Rodri in the middle. Gone Ødegaard in the 10. Did Cole Palmer on the right, Foden on the left, and Ollie Watkins up top. I'm probably just going to turn that clip into a TikTok. That is our team of the year. If you want to see the full clip of us debating, just because I know we're doing a podcast right now, but if you're watching this on TikTok, if you want to see the full cast of us debating which player is in which position and why we've gone for them, check out the podcast. Which, if you listen to right now, hello. I want to move on, and I want to ask you a quick segment, because it's getting late and we've been recording for ages. Who your most underrated player of the season is? All right, Chika, we've done our team of the season. We've taken a little break. But what I want to ask you is your most underrated player of the season in the Premier League this season. So it can't be any of the team of the year, and it can't be anyone like a Haaland who we haven't put in. I've got a few here to jiggle your brain cells. Weird way I put that. Hudson-Odoi. He has, let me just get it. Pardon me. My Twitter isn't loading. I'm gonna say the players that I think are worth a shout, and then I'm gonna get all the reasons why up in a second. I haven't really prepared this very well. All right, Hudson-Odoi, Mateta, Solanke, Mo Salah, Anthony Gordon, Kudus, Konsa, Gallagher, Pickford we put in, so let's ignore that. And I'm going to add one more in the end, Anthony Robertson. Now, there's a few reasons why I've put a lot of these in.
Do you want to put Tyreek Mitchell?
Add Tyreek Mitchell if you want. There was some interesting stats with these players. For instance, Mohamed Salah created the most amount of big chances in the league this season, which I found surprising because I find Salah a bit of a ball hog. Gordon, which sounds like the same thing, had the most amount of goal creating actions with 29. Doku, maybe as well. He had the most progressive carries, 218. Kudus had the most amount of successful take-ons in the league. Interestingly enough, Guimaraes had the most amount of fouls drawn. Percentage.
I've seen this thread.
Percentage of dribblers tackled is Ezri Konsa, which is good considering he's played right back a lot of the season as well. And the most amount of interceptions was Anthony Robertson. And to go against my point of Conor Gallagher, he's committed the most amount of fouls. So,
should go play for Ireland.
I think it just carries the surname. So out of all those, who would you say, or not necessarily those, you can throw in your own one. Try and be as niche. You've got very good ball knowledge, shown in our Premier League predictions. Is there one player this season, not necessarily underrated, but one player you think, oh, this guy should be focused on more. This guy should be getting more plaudits, more praise. He's been quality, and everyone's overlooking him. Can I have a think on it?
It's tough because I do feel like a lot of these guys are getting the plaudits now. You know, I can understand why people like Guardiola should be in the team of the season chat, but you know, I feel like the first half of the season, just like City, wasn't as steady. You got Bruno Guimaraes, who's like, you know, I think he's now equally top 4, top 5 best midfielders in the league right now. Some of the stuff he does is absolutely insane. Gordon, great season. Obviously, Mateta finished the season incredibly strong, 16 goals. Come out of nowhere. Chris Wood, 14 goals, but nah, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. That guy couldn't do it against City, so he can't do it for me at all. Eze, Elise's contribution per minute ratio is insane. Like, he's got like a goal or assists like every 80 minutes or something crazy like that. Not starting many games. Prejonetta had a great season until he had his injury problems. Anthony Robertson's had a good season at left back for Fulham. Polina had a good season.
I think Polina, there was a stat about Polina I missed there as well.
Most tackles.
Yeah. It's a great Twitter thread, by the way.
Yeah.
It's very helpful.
Insane. I'm trying to think. Yeah, obviously Solanke. There's been a lot of ballers. There's been a lot of fucking ballers. Branthwaite and Tarkowski has been an elite centre-back combination. I think Branthwaite's really grown into his role. Probably going to be making the England squad. Probably could be.
I'm still unsure on that, and we'll talk about that in the next podcast.
You don't think he'll make the England squad?
No, I think he will, but I'm not sure on Branthwaite. I think it's a bit too soon, personally. But
yeah, it's too soon for him to be starting. But at the same time, we do need a left-sided centre-back, and there's a lot of pressure to put on his head. And the way that Everton defend, it makes it easier for him. It's compact. You know, they try to make you go out wide. And he doesn't play as well as some of the modern centre-backs do.
But if I was to just throw the question at you straight now, well, right now rather, not straight now, that makes no sense. The first player that pops into your head, it could generally just be the player that you've enjoyed the most, because there are so many players that you could go on about being underrated, but who is the player that you're like, wow, this guy's great, I love watching him?
Bruno Guimaraes or Gordon. No, I'm not a Newcastle fan, but I think
if you had to pick one this season,
I feel like Bruno G has gone under the radar.
Okay, expand.
Can do everything.
You're in love with this man.
I have been, and I hope Arsenal are watching.
I'm starting to get a bit jealous.
No, but I don't think he's underrated. Actually, he is underrated. He is underrated. I think he's world class. I think we should have signed him when he was half the price. I think we should sign him now. It was tough to leave Anthony Gordon out there. I think he should be starting for England as well, but we'll touch on that later. And yeah, it's just quality, man. I think there's not one thing that he's bad at. I think the only thing he's probably bad at is his temperament a little bit. Gets needed yellow cards, but he doesn't get sent off. So, but he does end up missing a few games. Yeah, I can't think of anyone else really.
Yeah, well, that's good. If you had one word to describe him, that's not a generic kind of describing word. It's like GCSE English. What word would you use? Let's put. Yeah, there was a time where you liked going abroad and reading books. Let's see how good.
Got a couple words.
Yeah.
Mercurial.
Ooh.
Faultless.
Ooh.
Yeah, those two.
Mercurial and faultless. I like that. That's quality. All right, moving on.
Who's yours?
Most underrated. Oh,
Go on then.
This segment is fine.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, do you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to end that segment.
Yeah.
I might just keep that rolling in the podcast. So, if you didn't know, like we pause after every segment, and just so it's easier to edit. So that's why I got up. But one player that's gone under the radar. It's hard because because there's so many clips and stuff nowadays. I feel like a lot more players back in the day when media wasn't as prevalent went under the radar more. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. The thing is, if you're not a striker, then you go under the radar. If you're a striker or attacking player, you don't really go under the radar. Like Anthony Robertson, he's gone well under the radar.
Yeah.
Solid season, one of Fulham's best players.
It's really... I'm not going to go on my phone.
Oh, I got one. Oh, I already said.
You've said you're like... all right, you've had your time, all right? I've come back to add mine. It's a hard one because you've also got to kind of measure like how much has this player been praised. It's a hard one because everyone does rate him, and don't get me wrong, I've kind of joined the hype train on this one, but I just think Eze is so good. I think he's kind of not similar to Guimaraes in the way he plays, but in the sense that he can do a bit of everything. I remember his free kick against Spurs. Was it against Spurs?
He scored some great goals.
The fact that I know we debate about this a lot, the fact that he can do a job on the wing in the middle, I know he's been in the middle most of the time. How he's done so well under the new manager, and how well he did under Roy in a failing system, in the system that was outdated, in the system that wasn't working, to still be as consistent and great, and just kind of take the mantle off Zaha. Zaha was a big focal point in that Palace team, as in the last few seasons. Obviously, he's moved on to Galatasaray. I just think, yeah, Eze can. He's got a great passing range. Technically, with the ball at his feet, he's class. His close control is incredible. He's got flair. He's adaptable. I could see Eze. I know he's mainly played in behind the striker or on the wing, but I could generally see Eze doing a job in the 8. I could see Eze doing a job in the 9. I could see Eze has the capability to do a lot more than I think people give him credit for. And on top of flair, on top of passing range, on top of shooting ability, he's incredibly technical. He's also he's got great strength as well. Like his ability to hold the ball on top of having the close control. I could rave about him for days. I'm actually doing what you just did right there. I'm scratching my head to why a bigger club isn't all over him the way that they are with other certain players.
City bid.
Did they?
Last year.
Oh, of course they did. But I'm like, why there isn't this craze? Because I think
Age.
I still think even with age, I think he's in his prime right now.
Yeah, he's 26.
Yeah, he's in his prime. He's our age. One thing I do want to add on, just to most underrated player, is there's one player that potentially might come up through the playoffs. And I saw him in a game in the Championship this season. I have a friend who's a Leeds fan. I also have an uncle who's a Leeds fan. Somerville for Leeds. I just want to put a spotlight on this guy. He is incredible.
Yeah, great player.
He's. I know Leeds have got other great players. Like Bamford's been very good this season. They've got Ruta, I believe, and they've got that young. Is it Alfie Day, the winger? They got a really Alfie May. Yeah, really young winger who's very good.
What? No, he's centre mid right back, CDM right back.
I thought he was a winger.
Nah. They got other players on the wing.
Well, it shows how much I know about him. But point being, there are a lot of other very good Leeds players in that team, and I just think, is it Jorginho Somerville? I think that's his name.
I thought no, Rutter is the Jorginho guy, but I don't know. I think it's something.
Fair.
Marcel something like that. Let me check.
But I'm telling you, if Leeds go up next season, Somerville will steal the show for them. He is incredible. Remember, I have said this. If he doesn't go to a bigger club,
Crescencio.
That's a hard one to remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, just to end this segment, just so we don't go on too much, if Somerville gets promoted with Leeds and stays at Leeds, he will have a standout season. I'm calling it right now. It's May. The season has just ended. Somerville is that guy.
He's the best player in the Championship, but it's a different level. Let's see.
From what I've seen of him this season, he's ready to take it by the balls. Pause. Now, we've been recording so long, the SD card has run out of memory. You're yawning. It's 1:45 and I've got to be up in Hertfordshire by 9 a.m. tomorrow, and you've got work early tomorrow as well. So we're gonna quickly wrap up, and to be honest, I'd be surprised if anyone's still listening now. We've really gone on. Yeah. And also, when I export this in 4K, it's going to absolutely clot my laptop. So, first of all, I just wanted to mention, now we did some Premier League predictions before the season. I didn't actually end up editing the video. I think I've still got it on my laptop, so maybe I can get back to it in 2 weeks or so. But do you remember who we both put in 4th place for this season?
Brighton. Yeah.
What were we thinking?
We were thinking that they would improve, but we didn't really take into the fact that they didn't replace their 2 or 3 best players. And they've had a lot of injury problems. But, and now the Zerbi's left. It's been a bit of a car crash. What?
To say we got it wrong is an understatement.
Where they finished 9th?
Yeah. Chika, that is a howler from us. 4th, Brighton. What were we thinking?
I did actually believe it. I just didn't want to put United in there. Was it United or was it Chelsea that I didn't want to put in there? It's one of them. I think I put United 5th.
We put Brighton to play Champions League football next season.
Yeah, that was a howler.
I love Danny Welbeck, but with an aging Danny Welbeck up front and a young Irish prospect, we thought they would get Champions League football. What? Howler. Rinse us. We deserve it. I really like Brighton and I love everything they stand for and where they've come from. But Jesus Christ, why the hell did we do that?
Yeah, they lost their whole spine as well. I just wanted, I just didn't want, I definitely thought they'd be top 6, but.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so bad. I had to bring it up. Like, if we're going to say something like that, we deserve to be cornered for
it. A guy can dream.
And we were dreaming of an Italian man with spiked up gelled hair to get them Champions League football. Instead, it was a Spanish man with slick back, gelled, greasy. I'm not sure if is Emery's hair greasy? It always looks kind of greasy. It was a Spanish man with slick back, greasy hair. He also kind of looks like a little...
Hey, man.
Right. I don't know what I was going with that. But yeah, it was a Spanish man with slicked back, greasy hair that did it instead. Good evening.
Good evening.
And good evening to Pochettino. Quick thoughts on this before we end things. I've explained what I've thought in a little TikTok short. So
I don't think it can be quick thoughts. But yeah, I think it's just the wrong decision again. I think you could see, obviously Chelsea are playing better with less pressure towards the end of the season against teams that aren't fighting for anything anymore. That's one thing to point towards it. But also they have been playing a bit better. They have been a bit more steady at the back and dangerous in attack. So, and I think that's that's probably down to the players now, starting to get comfortable with him around, and kind of buying into his methods surrounding football. And you can see the reaction of some of the players. I think Jackson tweeted emojis in response to the news, and he was obviously devastated. Someone that showed faith in him time and time again. But yeah, look, Pochettino is so good with young players. Eventually they're going to buy in and progress, and I feel like it was maybe the start of that, but it just shows poor planning. They're going to get a new manager again that the players are probably going to have to get used to. And I feel like they're going to have to start the process all over again. Who knows if this person's going to now come in and argue with the management, with the board, get the players he wants, or the team are going to buy into it. And then, do you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes you got to stay steady. He was there for a year. He was there for a year, bro.
For me to summarize it, it's slowly... I've given my thoughts on TikTok, and this might even be another TikTok short, but for me to summarize it on top of what you've just said and what I've said in the TikTok short is, it felt like Chelsea were becoming Pochettino's Chelsea, not the Chelsea run by Bowley anymore. It felt like the narrative was slowly changing, and it wasn't a new era, but it was a new narrative. And unfortunately now it's like writing a whole chapter in a book and scrapping it and going back. And yeah, you've just absolutely changed the whole narrative. The narrative was Pochettino's bringing the best out of these young players, as you say. It's slowly becoming his team. Or the focus was on Pochettino, not the amount of money they had spent anymore. And now, unfortunately, with this decision, now everyone's focusing on Bowley again. And now it's the same story, and Chelsea fans and Chelsea are in the same place. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, 100%. I agree. A lot of Chelsea fans are baffled. To be fair, they wanted Poch out 2 months ago or a month ago, and he managed to change their opinions within a short time frame. So it is what it is. Chelsea are a mess. Long may it continue. I feel sorry for them. Actually, I don't, but...
Now, again, we can't not do this segment. Cheers, bro. But Maddest Moment, you haven't got a Maddest Moment, which is perfect because we're running out of time. It's really late, as I say. And I just want to do the Maddest Moment. This will be my way of winning. I basically won a boxing championship without having a fight. Again, Misfits hit Chika up.
Your first win?
Yeah. Did you know, this is the rumour. So this is a rumour Maddest Moment, so it's not even completely technically right. But I was listening to the Peter Crouch podcast earlier, and allegedly, Anthony from Manchester United has hired a professional photographer for his own personal sake, not for the team's use, I suppose, to help him with his goal celebration. So he has his own personal photographer behind the goal. Do you know what the problem with that is?
He didn't score.
He doesn't really score many goals, does he? I think he scored 2 all season.
Jesus.
Maybe, if that. Is it 2?
I remember
scored against Liverpool, and then he done the Sonic celebration recently. Was that, or was that at Liverpool? I can't really remember. But regardless, the guy has scored fuck all. He's hired a photographer to be in one of the I don't know if he swaps at half time, but he's hired his own professional photographer to be at the ground to take photos of him scoring goals.
You definitely do swap.
If that's not the biggest waste of money, if this is true, I don't know what it is. He also, I want to know, the photographer had the Sonic toy ready for his celebration. So has this photographer, one, taken no photos all season and just been paid for it? And secondly, gone to games with a Sonic toy and looked like an absolute weirdo?
They got to get this guy out of the club. It's clear that no one even likes the guy, man. They got to get out this Anthony guy out of the club, bro.
Has this photographer finessed the best job in the world? I think so. All he had to do every week or every 2 weeks twice a week, is turn up with a Sonic doll and take no photos. That is my maddest moment of the week, if it is true. Anyway, moving on to the outro. We're just going to have to outro this really quick because how many fucking hell, audio-wise, 2.5 hours we've been going. Jeez. So this will probably be like a two-hour podcast. My howler of the week is Kieran McKenna for Ipswich. I've just read, as we've been recording this podcast, that he hasn't signed a new deal at Ipswich. Fucking howler, what are you thinking? Build that project. It's your baby. You've taken them from League One. That's where the story should go. Brighton's a great move for you if you do go there. But just stay at Ipswich. I know I'm a bit of a football romantic and that, but you know the players there. You have to learn.
Give them a year.
Yeah, just give him a year.
Like, if he's got a deal to go to Chelsea, then you go to Chelsea. You go to Chelsea, but obviously, and I don't think he's going to be short of offers. You go to Chelsea, you go to United, you go to the top 10. You do go to the top 10.
But if it goes wrong, then your whole kind of momentum as a manager kind of flatlines.
100%. I think it would have been great to see him with the Ipswich team. But look, Company, he brought up a great Burnley team. Didn't do much. They were in the bottom 3 for most of the season, if not all the season. So it doesn't always work out. But if that's your howler, I'll say Company's my freak of the week.
Yeah, okay.
How are you getting relegated? And you're probably thinking, oh fuck, I'm stuck in Lancashire. Jacob Horse was gonna hate me for saying. Big up Jacob, yeah, big up my guy. But the sun shines there. The sun shines there. Like, Burnley's not a bad place, but
that is like the shittest. I don't mean to be rude, yeah. Sun shines. You could say the fucking town had culture.
I ain't been.
Nowhere shines in the UK.
On my specs, I'm not going to be like I'm this biggest Burnley fan. Like
nowhere shines in the UK. Not in Burnley either. Could have come up with something better.
No, there's a few places that the sun don't shine. Like Burnley is a bit dim. But anyway,
you get some vitamin D.
I'm a Company, and I'm like, just got relegated. They still want to keep me, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna be back at in the Championship. We're gonna win it again, bro. And he's probably like, oh fuck, it's a bit of a slog. But they kept him, and then now he's got Bayern wanting him. He's got Brighton maybe wanting him. He's got Chelsea as well. Like he's probably like, oh my god, like he's having like
his head's already big. I'm not sure how it can get bigger, and that's coming from me.
Nah, man, Company's eating right now, man. He's got 3 good offers on the table, potential offers at least. And I'm sure he could probably go to another club that's doing decent. I think Brighton have a good model, probably got a bit of job safety there. Bayern's a bit of a risk, but you're inheriting a good team on paper, one of the best strikers in the world. Chelsea's a bit of a mess, but as long as you get along with the board, I'm sure you'll be fine.
So what you're basically saying is Vincent Kompany is the Choupo-Moting of managers.
No.
Choupo-Moting somehow gets these big clubs, even though you could argue he's not a great player. Matt P is going to hate me for saying this. He's like the biggest Choupo-Moting fan.
Yeah, I saw he has a kit, which I don't understand why.
For me, the way you've described it, Kompany is the Choupo-Moting of managers.
No. Company's only just started and he hasn't gone anywhere yet.
Fair. Well, will he be in good company if he leaves Burnley? Find out in the next episode when we talk about it, guys. We've got an outro because... Do you want to add anything onto it? Sorry, did I?
No, you're perfect.
Okay. You're falling asleep. I can see.
Yeah, man,
you either look like you have
bro.
hay fever or you're falling asleep. I think this is the longest podcast ever.
I've got to get in early as well.
All right, guys. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Yeah.
Oh, no.
With that
out of memory.
Oh, okay.
I wonder how much of it record. We'll just do the outro. I'll do a similar thing to what we did last time. I wonder how much it got.